What's up, everyone? This is Destroyer229, and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Scarlet. Last time, we got through all of the language classes, and had a bit of a surprise with the reward that we got, since it was the reward that I figured we'd get from biology, which was a Galarian Meowth. So, that was interesting. In this episode, we are going to head back into Area 0. Even though we don't really need to head back there, I do want to try to catch every single Paradox Pokemon. So being able to... Ow, I guess I just have to go over here then. So just being able to get them, you know, trying to figure out how many Paradox Pokemon there even are, that's going to be a little bit of a challenge. At the very least, though, I do have Koraidon now. Ooh. Ooh! Now they are very common! A Slitherwing! Slitherwing, level 53. Okay, what was Slitherwing again? Bug fighting. Okay, I don't want to use Double Shock, that's gonna take it out. Let's go ahead and use Lorena. I think Lorena might be the best way to go about this. Okay. Oh, well, that should work. Air Release might take it. No, yeah, it's quad weak, so it would definitely take it out. We'll just use an Aqua Tail. Ooh. Oh, no, that heals. That was morning sun, not sunny day. Okay, now it's just... Alright, now you're just starting to tick me off. Okay, thank you. Now I can at least attempt to catch it. We'll go ahead and throw an Ultra Ball. Ooh. Unfortunately, I don't have a way to put it to sleep anymore. But if it wants to use Lunge one more time, I feel confident in throwing another Aqua Tail at it. Or it could use Super Power and lower its defense. Okay, cool. This is gonna be annoying. Oh, especially if it's just gonna keep using Superpower. I mean, granted, if it's gonna be using Superpower, that's going to make things at least a little bit easier, because it's lowering its own attack. There we go! Slitherwing! Alright, wasn't expecting to catch one immediately. So that works out. Oh, and there's another one. Slitherwing, the Paradox Pokemon. This mysterious Pokemon has some similarities with a creature that an old book introduced as Slitherwing. Okay, let's go ahead and send it to the box. Okay. So in terms of the Pokedex, for the ones that I do know about, so we have... Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have at least 4 Paradox Pokemon to try and get. Honestly, I kind of wonder. Actually... I wonder just how much I could Yeah, it doesn't look like there's really a whole lot to climb. So I don't think that's going to be the most helpful. Jumpluff. Metatite, another Slitherwing. I'm going to need to head on over to some different biomes if I'm going to try to catch different types of Paradox Pokemon. Okay. At the very least, though, this does give me an opportunity to explore around a little bit more. Gives me a good opportunity to look at places that I kind of glossed over before. Or just couldn't reach before because we didn't have access to Koraidon for this. Hydro Pump. Nothing but Golducks. Vaporeon. Fresh water. I don't want to really get too far ahead of myself. But yeah, I'm just seeing Slitherwings. Yeah, lots of Slitherwings and Screamtails. And then just the usual suspects. I'm a little bit bummed out that it really just did not want me to have really any Paradox Pokemon ahead of time. But whatever. As long as we can find the rest of them, I think we'll be fine. Lycanroc. Is there anything else? There's a Farigiraf. Traprig. Damn it. We'll use Double Shock. Perfect. Oh, it's just another Girafarig. And there's a Raichu in the wall. Another lots of Screamtails and Slitherwings. I'm gonna say Flutterwings or something like that. Okay. I mean, it might be better if I just kind of ran to, like, the cave portion. But, I mean, there's plenty of places kind of around here that I never really got a chance to explore. Like down there. Pretty much had to just drop down, but now that I can climb things... I can use the opportunity to see if there's anything interesting, like if there's any TMs or anything of the like. Or maybe I can get some rare Pokemon to spawn in some of these areas. Obviously, I'm still on the lookout for any shiny Pokemon as well. Just because I'm always on the lookout for that, even in the post-game. Still gotta be on the lookout for shiny Pokemon. Because why wouldn't you be? But I'm not really seeing anything more out of the ordinary compared to what I've already seen. I'm kind of hoping that there would be at least one more new Pokemon, like the... I forget what its name is, but the Among Us one. I mean, it could just be that, like, it's just not spawning in, but I could also just be in the wrong area for that. Worst case scenario, I mean, I can always just head into the cave. I'm pretty sure that I could very easily find... Espeon. Pretty sure I could easily find, like, Great Tusk down there. I suppose it would be interesting just to be catching a bunch of different Pokemon because, I mean, technically I've beaten the run, but, you know, I think it'd still be more fun to just kind of keep to the spirit of the run for the rest of the project, at the very least. Ooh, here we are. Brute Bonnet. Level 57. Karma might not be the best choice. Let's go with Cody. Look at that one just bobbing up and down. Okay, I think I made a good choice for this one. Wow, and that was a crit. Crush Claw. Ooh, that did a good chunk of damage. Iron Head. Okay, let's go ahead and let's switch on over to Hunter. That way I can have a Pokemon that can maybe tank a few hits. Oh, that Giga Dream's gonna be annoying. Because it might just heal itself out of the red. Hopefully we catch it right away. And no, we didn't. Okay, well, if it uses Sucker Punch, that's good, because I'm just chucking Pokeballs. There we go. Brute Bonnet is caught. Okay, another level up and another Pokemon added to the Pokedex. Brute Bonnet, the Paradox Pokemon. It is possible that the creature listed as Brute Bonnet in a certain book could actually be this Pokemon. No, I won't give it any sort of nickname. Alright, Great Tusk, Sandy Shocks, and Crescent Moon is what it's called? The Salamence? Roaring Moon. Okay. So we still have those that we have to contend with. Question is, where exactly would I be able to find them? Roaring Moon I would imagine would still have to be out in the overworld. But again, trying not to use sandwiches. I suppose I could just switch to a non-usable team. Just kind of go with the sandwiches that way if I really wanted to. I'm going to do my best to try to do this without needing... Oh, it's a Flamigo. I'm going to try to do this without needing to rely on anything of the sort. Belly Bolt and Tad Bulbs, that's new here. Impishment. Girafarig. Brute Bonnet. Oop. Ow. Another Screamtail. Bisharp, Mascarian, Golduck. Never got a chance to explore around here. Bunch of Floettes. Unfortunately, the draw distance on the Pokemon's not really all that great. They also seemingly fall down here. That's just a Volcarona. Interesting. A Volcarona and some Slitherwings. Neat. Okay, I should probably switch off Tarma. I should also probably heal some of my Pokemon. I think I might actually need to go and buy myself some more healing items. Just because I'm actually starting to run low. Like, not super low. But still, oh boy. Still something that's a little bit concerning. And honestly, still trying to get some more experience, I still don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Just because I honestly have no idea how high level the gym leaders are. Considering this is post-game, they very well could be like around level 70. So, not a bad idea to try to get a bit more training. You know what, this is gonna bug me if I don't do this. Go ahead and take down a Chansey. There we go. Lots of experience. And we can see if we can't... Looked a little bit different. Just from a... kind of a quick side eye. But let's see if we can't try to get a little bit more experience while we're exploring here. Unfortunately, the mini-map just is not going to be helpful in the slightest. Because unfortunately, it doesn't give us a map within the Great Crater itself. Oh well. It also is that at least a bit helpful to get some more Terra Shards. It's going to take forever getting them 3 at a time, though. So not the best. But it might be possible to get something to change a Terra type if I really wanted to. Altaria. I'm wondering if, like, if I just look up, if I could find some Roaring Moons. Not entirely sure how viable that is. Weasel. Ah! Mascarian! Okay, Aerial Ace. Shouldn't be much of a problem to take care of it. It actually gives a halfway decent amount of experience, too, which is a little bit surprising. Okay. So I've already explored a lot down here. So should I just head on into the caves? Nothing's saying that I'm going to find Roaring Moon up here. I guess there's also Sandy Shocks. I haven't really done... Actually, I'm not entirely sure where I would find Sandy Shocks. Let's see. A bunch of Sneasel. Lots of Sneasel. Doug Trio. Looks to just be a regular cave. Yep. Regular cave. There's a little Midnight Lycanroc, though. Okay. I think probably the best thing that I could do would be... Well, I mean, I suppose if I really wanted to get down to the cave, I could always just use the teleporters. But just kind of looking around the area again, I mean, it doesn't seem like there's too many different places that Koraidon kind of opens up. But at the very least... Woo! Great Tusk! Okay. Let's go ahead and use my last Quick Ball. See if I can catch it. The answer is no. Of course not. Dragon Claw? Gets stabbed, but it's not super effective. As long as I don't accidentally faint it. Perfect. And also, as long as it doesn't have a recoil move, I should be fine. Let's go ahead and use an Ultra Ball. There we go. Alright. So that just leaves Sandy Shocks and Roaring Moon. Great Tusk, the Paradox Pokemon. Sightings of this Pokemon have occurred in recent years. The name Great Tusk was taken from a creature listed in a certain book. Don't need to do anything about that. Alright, that just leaves 2 more Pokemon. Sandy Shocks and Roaring Moon, I have no idea where they would even potentially be found. But, I mean, looking around here, it might be possible that one of them's here, but there's another Brute Bonnet. It's in the wall. The Screamtail. The Screamtail's in the wall. Cool. It's nothing but Screamtail. This is just like going through here the first time. It's just nothing but Screamtail. And I guess there's some Brute Bonnets as well, so there's that. I do remember there was this area over here. A Great Tusk. When I was backtracking to try to find Fluttermane, I did notice that there was this place over here. I couldn't reach it, just because there was that in the way. Yeah, those seem to be regular ones. So let's see what's down through this corridor. Brute Bonnet. Way down. I think that was it. I think that was just an alternate way down. This looks to just be the main path again. Yeah, I'm not really seeing much of anything here. And actually... Huh. I think it was actually a shortcut to get down to the very bottom faster. I mean, cool, I guess. Vuh. I mean, I guess we can head back in here. How far can we go back in here? And it also gives us an opportunity to rest up our Pokemon. Okay. So we have that. Can we head back down here? Seems like it. Yeah, we can head back down here. Does it do anything? Okay, so I can't bring out Koraidon at all in here. So no, I can get back down here, but there's not really much of a point in coming down here. Okay, well that's interesting. We're starting to run a bit low on time. What is with these drops? We are starting to run a little bit low on time. But I think if I can find either of those Paradox Pokemon, either a Sandy Shocks or a Roaring Moon, I think we'll be good to call it. I would like to get just one more of them, and then that way I could really focus on trying to get the other one. Like if I wanted to take the sandwich route. I mean, I don't even necessarily need to make my own sandwich. I could always just buy a sandwich or other food item and then just do that. So that would at least be a workaround if I really didn't want to use up sandwich ingredients or having to bother with getting sandwich ingredients. I think there's an item over there. Yeah, there is. Doug Trio, Glamora. Psychic. Ooh. That one's really good. Okay, now can I actually just climb up the crystals? Yes, I can. They are a regular surface that I can just climb up. Okay, that makes traversing around here definitely a lot easier. Still, it seems really weird that there would be only one additional Paradox Pokemon. Just seems weird. Lots of Terra Blasts, though. So, I mean, I would imagine that there would have to be one more of them. Roaring Moon doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but I mean, if it's similar to like a Bagon, Bagon's found in a cave. So maybe. Ow, ow. And I suppose that's theoretically possible. Sandy Shocks, I have no idea where the heck I would even begin to find that. Whether it be in a cave or the grassy area. Suppose I can always just back travel. It wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. But I mean, I'm not really seeing much of anything. And who knows, there might just be just very specific spots that either of them spawn in. So it might not even necessarily be something that's readily available. Okay, what is over here? Oh, come on! Oh, that was so cheap. Nope, you're just a regular Espathra. Hard to tell. It changes its own colors. So it can be a little bit frustrating to see if there's any actual differences. Over here, Gibble. Yeah, I didn't hear any shings. Ah! Okay, fine. You want to fight? I'll give you a fight. Especially since you probably have Arena Trap. Yeah, I might want to consider just kind of looking at the outside area. Just because that almost seems like that would be more worth my while, I suppose. Kind of want to try to get that TM again, but on the other hand, I think it might just be worth it to just try looking more on the outside, since that makes a bit more sense as to where either of these Pokemon are at. So, teleport. Let's go ahead and teleport to station number 2. We kind of bypassed this one. So, maybe there is perhaps another way to reach some of where these Pokemon are. Okay. what have we got? What have we got? Girafarig, Farigiraf, more Farigiraf, Corviknight. Mostly just seeing the same old. Huh. This is interesting. It's all foggy. Misty terrain. Yeah, it's like really foggy. Anything? Anything at all? I see Raichu all the time, but only out here. So I figured maybe that's an indication of Sandy Shocks? But I honestly have no idea. There's also potential for like water areas. I mean, water areas are at least a little bit more open. So if I see like a roaring moon, that might be something at the very least. I might just have to cut my losses. Much as I want to just basically get down to just one of the two. I might not be that fortunate. Comet Shard, which is only for selling. Max Elixir, which is kind of overkill. Yeah, I mean, I can search around all I want. You know what? I'll go ahead and give myself 5 minutes. I'll give myself 5 minutes of searching. If I find anything interesting, then I'll cut back to it. Whether it's a shiny or one of the other Paradox Pokemon that I'm missing. If not, then we will just simply leave here. So I've got, just looking at my recording setup, I will see you guys in 5 minutes or less. Hey, there we are. The very tail end of my check. Okay, Sandy Shocks. What were you again? Electric Ground. Okay, well, on the plus side, I actually managed to find 2 quick balls in my exploration. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, well, this could be a little bit of a problem. But let's go ahead and use Dragon Claw. Ooh. That almost took it out. And now I'm paralyzed. Alright, let's go ahead and use an Ultra Ball. When in doubt, Ultra Balls. Ah! Don't like that. Go ahead and switch on over to Tarma. Part Ground. No Discharge. No Screech. No Earthquake. It knows Heavy Slam, which is Steel. Okay, well, as long as it doesn't know a ground type move, I think we'll be fine. Maybe. Screech does have me a little bit concerned since it's lowering my defense. You know, just for kicks. Of course. Alright. That works, I guess. Sandy Shocks, the Paradox Pokemon. No records exist of this Pokemon being caught. Data is lacking, but the Pokemon's traits match up with the creatures shown in the Expedition Journal. Okay, so the only thing that is... Ooh. Maybe it's based off of time of day? Here, hold on. Darn it, I kept pressing X and it wouldn't do anything. Okay, Pokedex. Or maybe it's just telling me what the current... It looks like it's telling me what the current time of day is. That why just gets me out entirely. Okay, so if I look at, say... What's Pokemon that I know? The Screamtail. Habitat. Habitat unknown. Details. Doesn't really tell me much of anything about, like, time of day or anything, if certain Pokemon are only available at time of day. Or maybe I just got really lucky at spawn location. But at the very least, though, I mean, this has been pretty fruitful. Got pretty much every single Paradox Pokemon. I mean, we're missing Roaring Moon, unfortunately. So I'm probably gonna have to come back to that one. But in the meantime, we got hopefully every other Paradox Pokemon that we can get. I know there was, like, the special, like, Suicune Paradox Pokemon. But that one was just in Raid Dens, and I don't think it's available anymore. So, not worried too much about that one. What I am worried about is obviously trying to get Roaring Moon and any others that can be gotten from regular gameplay. I don't think there would be any other Paradox Pokemon that I could readily get. Darn it. It's the keeper of the Pokeball. I don't think I'm getting that Pokeball. But at the very least, I think we're probably good to call it a day here. So I'm going through my outro and potentially in vain trying to find where Roaring Moon is. Next time on Let's Play Pokemon Scarlet. I think it's about high time that we focused on getting the gym leaders taken care of for a second time. Oh, come on. This time, though, with that, not going through Team 1, it's essentially Team 4, for lack of a better word. Since this is basically going to be the team for the rest of the project, I suppose it wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing to, like, oh, well, couldn't you just cycle out? I mean, I theoretically could. But I think at this point, unless I find a shiny Pokemon, and even then, I'm not sure I necessarily want to replace anyone. But only chance of replacing anyone would be shinies. In the meantime, though, we have 8 gym leaders that we need to rematch. Okay, well, I found more Sandy Shocks. Guess they're kind of found closer to these edges here. But anyway, we need to take care of the gyms, and I don't believe we are going to have enough time to take care of all of them. So we can at the very least use the opportunity to take on some of the gyms. If we can at least take down some of them, I think we'll probably be in good company. And then after that, we can maybe focus on things like, say, some more of the classes, as a general example. Just trying to get done with a bunch of other stuff. I know I still need to take on the stakes. The stakes might just be... Excuse me, I had something in my throat. The stakes, I think, are probably just going to be, at this point, I'm going to want to look up, because otherwise, I am just going to be looking all over the map, and it's not really going to be a whole lot of fun just doing that. It's fun when you're exploring an area for the first time, It's not so much fun when you're just combing over the area for the tiniest of details. And even then could potentially overlook something. So I'm not going to be too overly focused on that. And I think once we're getting pretty close to the end, I think I might want to just look up the location of the other stakes then. And then we would be able to focus pretty hard on just making sure that we can get to those Pokemon. In the meantime, though, we still have plenty of gyms and classes to take on. So we're going to be focusing on that stuff next time. So until then, everyone, take care.